Okay, so this is the new studio space. What do you guys think? Over the past year, I have been working from home a lot more than I ever have before, as I'm sure a lot of you have as well. As I was spending 8 to 10 hours a day in this room, and sometimes even more than that, I was really beginning to think about how I was working inside of this space. I was beginning to see a lot of little things that I was feeling that I could make improvements upon, so as work started to slow down, I thought what better time than now to redo the studio space. This is the current state of my office. We walk in the door and I was actually just able to pawn off my desk on Facebook Marketplace, so that is gone. But as you walk in a bit more, we have all my boxes and camera gear. I definitely need to clean that stuff up. We have a ton of shelving space, which we can use. And then we have my roommate stuff here on the left. I had 3 primary goals going into the revamp of this studio space. The first being working health. As I said, I'm spending hours a day in this room, so I want to make sure that I'm being as healthy as possible while I'm doing that. Number 2 is my efficiency. Not only do I film my YouTube videos in this space, but I also edit my client work. So from beginning to end, my goal was to make sure that the workflow was as seamless and as efficient as possible. And number 3 was the looks of the space. Now honestly, if I wasn't filming YouTube videos in here, I would not be doing this. However, because I do, I definitely need to take into consideration what is going to be on screen when I'm filming these videos, so looks became an important part, at least to an extent, because if you look to this side of my office, things aren't as pretty. So first and foremost, I think the plan of attack is going to be to set up the new standing desk and ergonomic chair. These are going to be the centerpiece of the office. They're things I use every day and that I put a ton of hours to. I definitely think these deserve to be set up first. So we got Danae over here. She is going to be helping me put the desk together. It's actually very handy on the tools.
Oh yeah, I've got my knife ready.
Perfect. So we have the desk out of the packaging. We've got it all unboxed. And I'm beginning to feel like Danae and I might be in a bit over our heads in the construction of this thing. Look at this bag of screws. There's a lot of pieces. I believe in Danae and myself and our ability to figure things out. So we will hopefully figure out how to build this thing, and we'll report back to you with how easy it is.
I'm so confident. I'm all in. I think we 100% got this.
100% you think we can do it? Okay, we've got the desk. Hopefully everything is together properly. I think it is.
And now for the chair.
I was far more scared than I should have been going into the process of building the desk and the chair. They were both really, really easy to put together, and I'm super happy with how they've turned out. So like I said at the beginning, a big part of redoing this office space was strictly for health, and I do feel like these 2 things are going to contribute positively to that. First off, we have the ergonomic chair, which I feel will be good for my posture and just sitting for long periods of time. I was sitting on a little dinky chair before, and I was realizing that after long days of editing, I would get lower back pains that would kind of follow me around into the next day. So I think that this will be a welcome addition. And then beyond that, I have the desk. Check this out. Look at it. So yeah, I don't know exactly how I'm going to work this into my daily routine. I don't know if I'm gonna do a timer of like sometimes sitting, sometimes standing, but I do think that this is going to be a welcome benefit to just my overall health. Now, for the sake of full transparency, I wanna let you guys know that these products were sent to me by Desk. Desk is a Canadian-based company, and they sell things like standing desks and ergonomic chairs. They are not sponsoring this video. However, they did send me the desk and the chair for free to use in my office space. If you want to check them out, their link is in the description. Next up on the list was making this part of the office look good. So Danae and I headed into town to see what we could get. Heading into Value Village for hopefully some good office knickknacks. Okay, we're not exactly sure what we're looking for. The first thing Danae found is this cool candle holder.
Little tea light in there or something?
Yeah.
I have found the items right here for Noah's office. This guy and that guy.
I also went to Michael's and Walmart to pick up that frame and those photos that are behind me. I think it adds a nice touch to that wall and makes it like just a bit less plain. Beyond that, and what is a super noticeable change, is going to be that LED light strip that's behind me. We got some LED strip lights. They have double-sided tape on the back. There's running the tape along the base. Check that out. Ooh, get some red in there. For something that was like 20 bucks off Amazon and super easy to install, I'm really happy with those. Those are pretty sick. And another purchase that you guys can't actually see right now is the closet lights that are in the bookcase behind me. Over here, we have the bookcase. I'm really happy with how that turned out. Having those lights in the bookcase has actually saved me a decent amount of time and some work. Before those lights, I would actually have to set up a separate light stand and light just to light up that bookshelf. Is take a light panel very similar to this one and stick it right here in the corner and have that shine directly onto the bookcase. And that actually transitions me quite well into the third and final point that I was thinking about when reworking the space, and that was efficiency. Filming and editing efficiency is a huge thing for me, so the fact that I can just come over here, flick on these lights behind me, and then start filming is a huge win. The way I see it is that if I'm able to take away some of those barriers, some of those things that stop me from creating because I have to go set up my light stands or I have to put thought into that, and if I can just have this space that is ready to go at a moment's notice whenever an idea pops into my head, I'll be able to create more content and better content. Now there's a couple more changes that I want to do to get the space filming ready. So because I have to use this gear for other jobs sometimes, I've marked out on the floor with just simple tape where this gear goes, hopefully eliminating just one more barrier between an idea and actually filming it. So beyond some of those studio tricks that can help improve my video editing and filming efficiency is gear. Gear is a really important thing when it comes to this. This part of the video may get a bit product heavy, so I'm gonna link everything that I talk about down below. The key light, the thing that is lighting me, is the Aperture 300D Mark II with the Light Dome Mark II as well. This whole setup is way overkill. The only reason that I'm using the Aperture 300D is because I have it for client work. So this is one part of my system that I could make more efficient, because right now if I go to shoot client work, I have to tear this down and then reset it back up when I get home. The camera that I'm using to shoot these on is the Sony a6500. This camera is a couple years old, but it still works like magic. I actually have a Blackmagic camera right behind me. However, I don't use it for things like this because it's a bit overkill and this works just fine. I'm not too focused on having the best gear or anything too crazy like that, but I am really focused on having the best tool for this specific job. Now, all of that is on the filming side, and that's a really important thing for me, but what's equally as important is the editing side of things. So let me show you that. For editing and things on the desk, I have an LG ultra-wide monitor, which I absolutely love. I've never had a monitor this wide, and it took me a bit of getting used to at the beginning, but now I do not think that I could go back to a skinnier monitor, as this is so helpful when I'm video editing and looking through timelines. It's a treat to have. For those of you who don't know, I've also switched over to editing everything on a Windows PC, and I absolutely love it. I'll have to rehang that later. For the longest time, I was a huge Mac only guy, but as I started working with heavier and beefier footage, I needed to upgrade my computer. There's no way around it. You get more bang for your buck if you build a Windows PC. And there it is, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really stoked with the new office setup. I'm thrilled with the desk and chair. I love the lights. I'm really happy with it all around, and I feel that it's going to make working a bit more pleasant. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you've made it this far in the video, I actually don't know what I want to put on my shelf up there. I have some more space, but I don't really know exactly what I want to put there. So if you have any ideas, leave them down below for me and I'd love to hear them. Aside from that, I appreciate every single one of you so much, and I'll see you all in another one.